inta waxaan ka bilaabaynaa marka reading. waxaa noo soo dhaxgashay reading comprehension pageka 16aad ee buugga form 4ka. okay, reading comprehension waa pageka 16aad. marka hore waan akrinaynaa kadib ayaan macnaynaynaa insha allahu tacaala. waxaa noogu xigi doona su-aalo oo 11 su-aalood ah. waxaa ka sida vocabulary way badan yihiin iyana kulli waan ka shaqayn doonaa insha allahu tacaala. casharka marka wuxuu ku bilaabana pageka 16aad halala soo baxo pageka 16aad ee buugga form 4ka. reading comprehension. read and comprehend the comprehension passage below and answer the questions that follow. read akhriga the comprehension passage below passagekan hoose akhri and answer the questions that follow. kana jawaab su-aalaha soo socda. akhri su-aalaha soo socda ka jawaab. okay, marka hore waan akrinaynaa. qaabka loo akrinaayo waa inaad dhegaysataa ka bacdi ayaan fasiraynaa. marka happiness is definitely a product of the mind in that it's largely from the mental qualities such as confidence, contentment, the feeling of peace and serenity inside, as well as active goodwill. Happiness encompasses both the pain of loss and the pleasure of gain. It thrives and flourishes best in our most preoccupied crowd life. The great men and women who are biographically recorded and their names marked in the annals of history as the happiest have always asked more of themselves. They had somehow more to do than they possibly did. Every working hour of their lives was occupied with optimism and ambitious projects. Their own literature, love for their dear ones, scientific realism, commerce, careers and professionals, trade, and among thousands other matters of immense interest and importance. With a leap of faith, although happiness may be found by making each of these interests count to their utmost as part of the fabric of life. The secret lies in religious faith. Since one requires skill to achieve success in any field, it is worth noting with great concern that the skill alone is not enough without the will to do what one has to do to accomplish a given goal in life. Paradoxically again, the will must be stronger than the skill. The next paragraph. We need to constantly avoid procrastination and shun extremes of sluggish placidity as well as feverish activity. No one is going to be satisfied with felicity, which is rock-like, unfeeling, unmoving, and intimately unchanging, and will be looked back from future years with deep sorrow and regrets if we turn to. This will simply be yielding to what Socrates referred to as the itch. Obviously, page 17. Obviously though, happiness entails two classes of behavior, active and passive. We may argue that the active part includes searching, while the passive part is composed of possession of material things, of security. However, if overemphasized, neither part is complete in itself nor gives full satisfaction. The next paragraph. From the ancient time to the present day, from the ancient time to the present day, educationists have been extolling that Abraham's life is agreeably the happiest one, and that many people who seem unhappy can trace their discontentment to embrace every time when they feel sad. Any single word cannot be dished out as the recipe for happiness. Instead, its numerous virtues have to be combined in their relative proper quantities at the appropriate proper times, and most importantly for the proper purpose. It is legitimate to seek happiness, despite the fact that we cannot help observing that while the flowers of certain principles are in their own account telling us to avoid seeking happiness, the oxymoron in their perspective is that they also intimate that if we do so, we shall enjoy happiness. The next paragraph. The ultimate search for happiness requires a concrete plan. We are required of knowing what kind of happiness we tend to seek for, the ingredients of the sort of happiness we are seeking, what our strongest needs are, and what we have to begin with. We should train ourselves to make the program simple and free from complexities, as well as side trips, in order to pay attention to little things on the way, to deplete quickly after being showered with prizes, and to quickly bounce back from discontentment, to create and seize opportunities, to seek excellence back from disappointment, excellence in every we get, to seek excellence in everything we get our hands on, to maintain a sense of modesty, and periodically review and revise so that we make necessary corrections every time we err. The next paragraph, the last paragraph of page 17. It's the nature of every one of us to seek and find happiness, but unfortunately, there are so many of people who strive to seek material happiness in this world and outside religion. They think that possession of material wealth is the source of true happiness. What this group of people fail to understand is that this sort of happiness prevalent in the mortal world will be succeeded by the regrets, pain, grief, and sorrow on the day of reckoning. Then, and only then will these people wake up to realize and know fully well that their striving has only led them to complete misery and not happiness. We are starting page 18 of the story. While some of us know that the exact way of true happiness is to obey Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and submit to His will, for those who strictly believe what Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has ordained, the worldly pleasures and risks are of little magnitude and consequence. When this true happiness enters and fills the believer's heart, he or she does in fact live in this world as if they were in paradise. Those are the only people who find true happiness in this world and the hereafter. What sort of happiness could be greater than that of those who humble themselves to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, worship Him alone, strive for His pleasure, and strive to enter paradise and have salvation from hellfire in the day of judgment? Islam teaches us that the believers live with such sweetness in their heart that if the dominant of the earth knew of it, they will fight him to death to take it from him. It's said in the Quran, in the Holy Quran, that whoever does righteous things, whether male or female, and is a true believer, will make him or her live a good life, and we will grant him their reward for the best of what they used to do. The next paragraph. True happiness is found in the good life and shown in the glorious world that even the wealthy disbelievers cannot find, despite all the material things and the money they have. That's why we are not surprised when we see that many among them commit suicide. The next paragraph. To find true happiness, we need to understand the purpose of our life, how to succeed in the hereafter, and to fulfill the prerequisites of attaining this success by adhering to the commands of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and His true religion. The next paragraph. We know much about the earth, the Mars, the moon, the stars, and the galaxies, thanks to the science century of knowledge. But how much do we know about our eternal life after death and how to succeed in the hereafter? The last paragraph of page 18. We need to eat every day to supply our bodies with the required energy and to keep ourselves healthy. If we stop eating for a long period of time, disease will sneak upon us, consume, and perhaps even kill us. Similarly, we also need food of another sort, food for thought, food for the spirit, and food for the heart. It's unfortunate that while we are careful never to forget to feed our bodies, we do not show the same concern for the health of our souls and hearts. Our heart needs food as our body does. Page 19. The disease of the body and their debilitating effects are not more dangerous than the disease of the heart and the soul. The last paragraph. Many among us don't really have to seek far and wide for happiness just at our fireside if only we cultivate it. That is the end of the reading. halkaas waxaa noogu soo ilaaday akhriskii sheekadii. hadda waxaan u gudagelaynaa the meaning, waa micnaynayna insha allah. Okay, passage sidiisa wuxuu ku saabsan yahay waxaa la yidhahdaa farxadda. farxadda nooc bay u raadiyaan, qaar lacag ay ku raadiyaan, qaar waxay ku raadiyaan magac, qaar jay ku raadiyaan, qaar waxay aaminsan yihiin haddaad maarta intaad gurto meel aad degtid nolol farxad leh aad gelaysaa, qaar waxay ku raadiyaan inay dalka dibadiisa aadaan meel raaxo leh ku noolaadaan, qaar maarta cilmiga diiniga intay bartaan ay farxadda xagga ka helaan oo meesha ugu wanaagsan oo laga helo ay tahay, haddana qaar bisay ku raadiyaan. marka wuxuu soo koobayaa farxaddaas iyo qaar dadka u raadiyaan iyo meesha ay jirto oo dhabta ah iyo meesha dadka ay ka raadinayaan inay kala fog tahay. muxuu leeyahay marka buuga waxaa la yidhi beesha 16 usoo laabanayna, waxaan ka soo laabanay 19 waa dheer yahay. beesha 16aad ee sheekada. Happiness is definitely a product. Happiness farxaddu is definitely waxaa lagu qeexay a product micnii natiijo soo saar of the mind as maskaxda in that also it's largely mid aad u baraaran from the mental qualities maskaxda bini'aadanka tayadeeda waxay ku fikirayso such as sida confidence, kalsooni, contentment qanacsanaan, the feeling of peace dareen aad dareemaysa peace nabad, and serenity iyo xasilooni, in the inside as well as active goodwill gudahaada iyo sidoo kale rajadaada wanaagsan. Happiness farxaddu encompasses waxay soo koobaysaa both the pain of loss and the pleasure of gain. The pain of loss waxaa la yidhahdaa marka wax kaa halaabaan ama khasaare gashid xanuunka ay leedahay. ganacsada aheed hal mar ganacsiga kaa gubtay xanuunka aad ama qof oo adiga very dear kugu aad qaali kugu ayaa dhintay xanuunka aad dareemaysid. Do you hear me? Okay. And waxaa jira happiness encompasses both the pain of loss and the pleasure of gain. Happiness farxaddu encompasses waxay soo koobaysaa both the pain of loss micnihii xanuunka aad dareemaysid markaad khasaartid ama wax weys, and the pleasure of gain iyo farxadda markaad waxheshid labada way soo koobaysaa. It thrives waxay kobcinaysaa and flourishes ee sare u qaadaysaa best ugu wanaagsan in a mostly preoccupied crowded life nolosha aadka mashquul ku ah. Preoccupied means busy, crowded life nolosha aadka mashquul ku ah. The great men and women nimankii inaagihii maartay aad ku weynaadarde who are biographically recorded taasoo xagga biology marka loo fiiriyo waa hore diiwaangeliyey barade la diiwaangeliyey micnaheedu dadka taariikhda ku lahaaya laga wadaa oo la diiwaangeliyey, and their names marked in the annals magacyadooda lagu qoray baa xusuus qoraanada. Annals means records, annals of history taariikhda, as the happiest dadka ugu faraxda badan inay ahaayeen have always asked more of themselves nafsadooda waxay in badan weydiinayeen they had somehow more to do than they possibly did inay weli wax u baahan yihiin micnaheedu farxad inay ka sii maqanta weliba. Every working hour of their lives was occupied with optimism. Every working hour of their lives waqti walba oo maaragtay ka mid ah saacadahooda shaqada ah iyo noloshooda of their lives noloshooda was occupied waxay ku buuxin jireen with optimism rajo, and ambitious iyagoo sii rajaynayo optimism and ambitious hope, expectation, anticipation, expect, wish waxa dhan waa rajo, look forward kulli rajo waay. Ambitious projects mashruucyo ay rajada ka leeyihiin. Their own literature iyo sugaantooda iyo gaar ku ah. Love jacaylka for their dear ones dadkooda ay jecel yihiin. Scientific xagga sayniska realism waxay xaqiiqsadeen. Commerce ganacsiga, careers qofka waxa uu qaadanaya markuu jaamacadda tago wuxuu rabo inuu takhasus ku noqdo careers, and professionals iyo qofka professionkiisa ay soo socdaan. Careers and professionals. Trade waa ganacsiga commerce la micno tahay. Among thousand other matters iyo arrimo kale oo badan oo kumanaan ah of immense aad u waaweyn. Immense means huge or big, and importance iyo waxa muhiim ah with a leap of faith macnaheedu qofka inuu u boodo wax iimaan leh. Although maadaama happiness may be found by making each of these interests farxad laga yeelayo ama laga suubin karo in la suubiyo waxyaabaha qofku uu xiiseeyo midkood count their utmost markii loo tiriyo qaybta u sarreyso as part of the fabric of life noloshooda qoys ahaaneed. Hadda fabric meesha waxay u jirta as a family si guud ah. The secret lies in religious the secret laakiin lies in religious faith waxay ku dhex jirtaa diinta iimaanka diinta. Since one requires skills maadaama qofku u baahan yahay xirfad baalade requires means needs u baahan yahay skills xirfad to achieve uu ku helo success goal in any field goob walba meel walba. It is worth noting with great concern waxaa loo tixgelinayaa inay wax aad weyn u quseeyo ay tahay that the skill alone xirfadda keligeeda is not enough inaysan ku filneen without the will to do. qofka dusan rajo kale ahayn xirfadda uu baranayo waxa uu qabanaysa. It means there are many people who have different kinds of skills, but today they are not doing that skills are that part of job because they are not using the skill that they have learned. dad badan oo waxaa jirta xirfado badan yaqaano oo kala duwan oo aan xirfadaas markay baranayeen aysan u baranayn inay ku shaqeystaan ay u baranayeen hebel buu baranaya iska baro. dad badan waxaa jirta bartay maartay macallimada laakiin aan ku shaqeysanayn. dad badan dhakhtarnimo bartay aan ku shaqeysanayn. dad badan xirfooyinka gacmaha bartay aan ku shaqeysanayn. taasaa laga hadlayaa marka xirfadaada waa inay kula socotaa rajo aad ka leedahay inaad ku shaqeysanaysid. Okay, maxaa la yidhi marka what one has to do to accomplish a given goal in life. qofku waxa la rabaa inuu suubiyo si uu u dhameystiro yoolkiisa inuu ku gaaro nolosha. Okay, paradoxically again si kadis ah mar kale paradoxically means suddenly the will must be stronger than the skill. The will rajadu must be stronger than waa inay ka weyn tahay the skill xirfadda aad baranaysid iyo rajada aad ka qabtid waa inay xirfadda ay ka weyn tahay rajada waa inay ka weyn tahay xirfadda. Paragraph